You're probably not making any Etsy sales. You probably tried it out for a week. Maybe you tried it out for a few months. Maybe you even been at it for a whole year. Maybe you had success before, and now you're falling off. I'm gonna cut straight to the chase here, and I'm gonna go over some things that no one else has ever talked about because it's just the harsh truth and reality of why you're not getting any sales. First and foremost, it's probably not Etsy's fault. It's probably yours. And I say that with a whole lot of love because here I've had a new student. She's done $13,000 this month. And here I have a student who's been doing this for around 5 years, and she's done back-to-back six-figure months, meaning over $100,000 each month. So for her, this is a great example. If you've been doing it before, she came in as one of my students during COVID. Obviously, sales were a whole lot easier at that time, and then she started to dip down a little bit, and then she increased her sales back up. The same things you were doing back then isn't going to work today, especially if you never learned how to do it properly. I'm gonna go over 3 different things that's gonna help you out so that you could start seeing some sales. Number 1, I'm gonna have to put you in your place with love. Let's talk mindset first. If your reaction is always to blame Etsy for changing its policies, you're always blaming the platform, you're blaming the competition, you're saying something's too saturated, you're already setting yourself up to lose. Your mentality is always going to be everything when it comes to winning in this game. If you know someone else out there is doing at least $100,000 a month or even $10,000 a month, you should be able to look at that and find a reason to win instead of looking at all the reasons why you're not successful. There's 1,000 reasons why you could lose. There's only a handful of reasons why you can win. You have to hang on to every single small reason why it's going to work. You have to prove yourself that you are right, that you can do this, you can win, you can make the most amount of sales that you possibly ever could, even if you failed at this before. It doesn't matter how many hours you've already been at this. A lot of times you could put in a lot of hours and you could be running the wrong way because you're doing things incorrectly, and then you start to blame the system. For example, you might list up a t-shirt design, it might be the wrong design, it might be the wrong mock-up, it might be the wrong price, and you did this 100 times over, 200 times over. You created literally the same listing over and over with the wrong settings, the wrong prices, the wrong type of design, and then now you're getting burnt out. Now it's really easy for yourself to say, hey, I put in the work, I did all of the hours, but it still didn't work out for me. It's not my fault. You put yourself in a really victim mentality, blaming the system, blaming Etsy, blaming print on demand. Oh, print on demand is too expensive. Oh, Etsy's algorithm is not made for me. It's not made for new sellers. You put yourself in a position where you feel like you can't win. Sometimes you gotta take a break and then look at everything you've done and then compare it to all of the winning listings that you've ever seen. And then it's really easy to criticize your own work and say, you know what, maybe it is my fault. It's a whole lot easier to get burnt out, working really hard, and then blaming everything else except for yourself. But the moment that you start blaming yourself is the start of you taking accountability and you realizing that you're the only factor between winning and losing. So I'm not gonna go too hard on you, but that is part 1. So let's go ahead and hop into number 2. Let's look at some winning listings and then let's compare and see what we can do differently so that we could win ourselves, right? Alright, so for this demo right here, I am using Everbee, which is a product research tool. It's important to use a product research tool whenever you're selling on a marketplace because with marketplaces, they are search-driven platforms. Customers are looking for something that they already want, right? It's not like your own website where you shoving products in front of customers' faces. So you can't sell a product that you really love unless, you're in a really strong niche and you have some really good design sense. But after teaching 2,000 plus students, I've realized most people don't have that design skill just yet, but it's easy for them to start and look at other designs that are working, and then eventually over time they can start to create their own design trends that has a touch of their own personal design taste and whatnot. So on this left side right here for Everbee, I'm just going to click on product analytics while I already have my search pulled up. So in this example, I just went ahead and went with a shirt. You can always dive way deeper with product research. Highly recommend typing a hobby or occupation or a niche first, but just for the sake of this video, we just went ahead and typed in shirt to see what we could come up with. Everbee also do now have their own store too, so you can launch your own store with Everbee if you wanted to. But let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's see what we have. I know these are personalized products, so it's gonna be kind of hard to get an idea. Let's go ahead and go with this one. All right, so this is a Halloween shirt with a black cat in it. So first and foremost, we're not just looking at the design that works, we're also looking at everything else that they have that also works. So sometimes people may use this Halloween design or create something similar, and then they create it on a way off mock-up. Like they'll use one of the Printify stock mock-ups, which in the beginning, that used to work, especially like during COVID times, people will buy anything. You did the product research and you found the right design, and maybe you used a Printify mock-up and you were still able to get a sale at that point in time. But now it requires a little bit more work, and those same things that you did during COVID is not going to work now. So you probably had success in the past, and maybe even if it was a few years after COVID, even 2021, 2022, I want to say as well, you probably were able to do a little less and still get some sales. Now you have to do the minimum at this point. You have to create a nicer looking mockup, a nicer looking template, a nicer looking price, a nicer description, a nicer title, and so forth. So I will say this listing is just okay. Let's go ahead and analyze it some more. So you could probably have this ghost design, this ghost and some black cats on a similar mockup and a better listing setup, and you could probably even get better sales than this product right here. So let me go ahead and move this over. So I'm gonna scroll down. We see the trend chart. It's not really picking up yet. So for this amount of sales right here, the monthly revenue is an average across the 12 months. So if we really look at it all the time, we'll really know when this picked up. Obviously, this is a Halloween item, so you could already get started on this. That way you're already in the Etsy algorithm. But that is one thing that you want to look out for when it comes to doing product research as well. You want to see when the product was actually working, and you want to stay ahead of it. For example, some people probably see this is working in like April and they have no idea how to do product research. They see the monthly revenue sales and they think if they list it up now, they're going to get sales now. That's not exactly how it works, but you do have a brief idea of how product research itself works, because you know this is a popular design, popular thing that people are looking for, black cats and ghost. So now I'm going to look at this one right here, and we see one of these right here says 2 people bought in the past 24 hours. So you already know just from Etsy without product research that this is a product that's selling. I'm going to do a little bit of a deeper dive. And now with this trend chart, we know this is something consistently selling right now, which is great. And let's go ahead and look at the true price of this. Man, this product is actually profitable. So we're looking at $23 with shipping as well. Definitely profitable even with print on demand. Let's look at the rest of the listing template right here. Some really good stuff going on. We got like a guarantee going on, which is great because this provides the customer trust itself. And let me go ahead and go here. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is one of my student shops. All right, so I can't really show this one because like I talked about the guarantees and stuff, and I know that the guarantee image looks really similar to something that we provide our group. So I'll go to another listing now. And just a heads up, if you do want to be a part of my group, one of my students, just feel free to click the link down below so you can book a call with me and my team, and we'll see if it's the right fit for you. All right, so here we're on to a different listing, which is a teacher shirt with a leopard print. So we're looking at the true price of the product. We got $23.91 going on here, even with $6 shipping. That's awesome. I know this is profitable. The name is funny because it says SVG Gear Plus, so I can tell they started off with digital products and then they moved on to physical products. So they have a nice little listing right here. Specs and sizing, social proof, and including your shipping and production times is truly important because you want to always answer your customers' questions before they even ask you a question. Since it is a marketplace, they're going to be more likely to back up and check out with someone else than they will check out with you. They're not going to sit there and message you. Some people might message you, but you want to avoid that. So that's number 2, product research. Selling a product that customers want is going to be truly important, and packaging it up in a nice way so that the customer is more convinced to check out with you. I know when a lot of us start off selling on Etsy, we do a little bit of product research, and then we want to create a product design that's completely based off of our own thoughts. You can do that, but you also want to bear in mind the original concept, whatever is actually winning and actually working. That's how marketplaces has been since the beginning of time. Amazon, eBay, everything. They're search-based platforms. They're looking for something that they already want and then use that thought to create your own design. All right, number 3, product fulfillment. I'm keeping this real simple for you guys. Number 1, get out of your own way. Number 2, sell something that customers want. Number 3, when it comes to product fulfillment, obviously I've done a lot of in-house. If you watch all of my videos, we've done a lot in the warehouse. I've done a lot even when I was shipping out of my basement. I've done a lot. But the thing is, if you're starting off and you don't really have a team yet, you don't even have another person that could help you out, I highly recommend using a company like Printify or whatever print-on-demand companies you would like to use to ship out your products. And even though you are receiving a slightly less profit margin, you have so much more time to invest your time to making more sales, making more listings, getting better at making sales, So what Printify does, especially when it comes to the product, and there's going to be hundreds of other products you've never even sold before, what they'll do is they'll take your design. If you're not aware by now, they'll take your design, they'll print it on the product, and they'll ship the product to your customer for you. And there's a direct integration with Etsy, right? So you connect it with Etsy, TikTok, Wix, whatever one you're using. And as you can see here, here's a full-on catalog. If you have a mug right here, we'll just go ahead and you can sort it right here by price and whatnot. There's Printify Premium. You can use my code HUSTLENINJAS. You get 30 days premium for free. You get access to the lower tier price. This is the shipping. They'll take your design, they'll print it on the mug, they'll ship the mug to your customer. And this is important because a lot of you guys probably have a heat press, probably have t-shirt printing equipment, and you still didn't make any sales because you're too busy focused on production and doing fulfillment. You have to focus on making sales first. And the beauty is, what we did a lot is, for example, most sales is going to be a whole bunch of different t-shirt designs. It's going to be one pirate shirt, one teacher shirt, one theme park shirt, one bachelorette shirt, one bachelor shirt. It's going to be 5 different designs. Production in-house is a little complicated when you're printing a whole bunch of different designs at one time. So you can use a print-on-demand company like Printify. It's easier to print multiple different designs. And then whenever you have that true winner that carries your shop, for example, now that bachelorette shirt is selling 100 times over, you can take that product in-house if you really wanted to. Then you increase your profit margin on that product a whole lot. So I'm not saying cancel out production forever. That's going to be something that's up to you. This will take a lot of weight off your shoulders and it'll give you a whole lot of your time back. So you can sit there and really diagnose your Etsy problem, what you're having a hard time making sales with, and then fix that and constantly work on your design skills, work on hiring a designer so that they can create designs for your shop, and then you can scale out your Etsy print-on-demand business. If any of this hits home, it's not too late to fix it. Go back, look your listing, use a fresh set of eyes after you took a break from everything, and really analyze your listings. Use data to back it up and go harder so that you can fix these designs, fix these listings, create new listings based off of your new knowledge. Just because you haven't made any sales yet does not mean you're a failure. You only fail when you give up. You should know that by now. So feel free to drop a comment down below if this video helps you out. Feel free to subscribe and feel free to follow me on Instagram for some more tips just like this.